Hello there, YouTube. Mr. Gibson Guy here. Today we're doing a tabletop review. Everybody's second favorite knife. Yes, always the maid of honor, never the bride. Everybody's second favorite, the Spyderco Tenacious. Yes, just like you, my first Spyderco was a Tenacious. It's a popular knife, very reasonably priced. Good all-around knife, pretty much. G10 scales, ATR 13 steel, made in China. You can get it for 30 some bucks, maybe 40 these days, but offers an awful lot. My first Spyderco, and it led me into the idea that I guess Spydercos are pretty good knives, so I wanted to check out the hype and follow with move on up. And I got this Spyderco Endura. Very big disappointment after the Tenacious, I have to say. Okay, a lot of people get mad about that, but let me explain myself. G10 plastic. It's got decent steel, VG10. Do not like the back lock. That I think is way out of date. Pocket clip's okay on it. Here's the thing that really bothers me about it. Watch this. They have a heavy spring on this and a very sharp knife, and you go to close this thing. Ouch. That can bite you like an alligator. Again, just all of a sudden, snap. Pretty expensive knife to be like that. Let's look at the cheapie here. Watch this. Is it gonna bite? Nope. It just closes. Why does the Endura have that tight spring on it? Why do they even make that? It's a better knife. So I thought I'd give Spyderco another chance. Then we come up with this Spyderco Manix 2 Lightweight Translucent Blue. Again, kind of disappointing. This knife is just Spyderco's copy of this. What's that? The Benchmade Griptilian. Notice, axis lock. Works like a charm every single time. This thing made out of plastic. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Very hard to get a grip on. Imitation Griptilian. And they're just about the same price. Made in US, that's nice. But kind of disappointed, especially after this. I like this much better. Got this on Amazon. You get the orange model, serrated. I don't really love serrated, but I got this for like 80 something bucks just the other day. Really nice. This costs just about the same. It's a disappointment. Same thing with the Endura. Don't really care for it. Which brings us back to our subject, the Tenacious. Like the Tenacious, I find two things that I didn't like about it. One was this pocket clip against that nice rough G10. I've torn 2 pockets out of my shorts with this thing because the grip is so tight. Doesn't need to be that way, but they put it on. Maybe I could put something under there and pry it open some and loosen up the grip, but that's not the main gripe. The main thing is the Tenacious comes from a family, Spyderco's budget folders, which are all really nice, but they all got the Henry Ford treatment. What's the Henry Ford treatment? You can have any color you want as long as it's black. Well, I think that's kind of boring. So if you're going to have knives, who wants to have a whole bunch of black knives? Let's put some variety in there. And recently I discovered that Spyderco had run this, a sprint run on the Tenacious. You didn't just get it in black G10, you could now get it in green. Look at that. Matches some of this old Air Force flight suit. Look at that. Kind of an unusual green. It's not really an OD green. It's not really a forest green. It's just kind of a generic green. But beats the heck out of black. Then, as I was saying, the Tenacious came from the family of budget folders. And that's what gets interesting, because there are bigger and smaller ones, although the Tenacious was the basis of the family. But at the same time they came out with the green one, they also came out with a blue one. You notice that I'm not putting anything here. Don't have one. Can't get one. They made 2,000. They're all gone. That was in 2012. So this is beginning of 2014. Over a year later, they have all dried up. Green ones, you can still find those on Amazon. You know, pretty reasonable price too. But the blue run went to the family. Not only did they have a blue Tenacious, which I'm not showing you, but they had this, the blue Persistence. Just got that. Just came in. That's why I wanted to get this video out. The Persistence is a lot like a Tenacious, just scaled down a little bit. Tenacious is a little bit big for everyday carry. Persistence is perfect. Everything else is the same, except it's got 2 screws instead of 3, and it fits in your pocket better, a little easier to carry. It's basically a Tenacious you can everyday carry. And Spyderco went so far with their sprint run, that wasn't the end of it. They also came out with the little baby brother, the Spyderco Ambitious, which gives us another blue. Now, Persistence, don't even look, you're not going to find one. They're all sold out, they're gone. The Ambitious, it's ambitious. One day it wants to grow up and be a big knife. The Ambitious, you can still get that if you want it. It's basically a smaller Persistence, which is a smaller Tenacious. I don't know that it's really that great. It's kind of a big, little tiny knife. But to make a set, they're pretty cool. I don't know if I'd use it for much other than opening a letter, but it's not something I would EDC. It's a little bit crazy, but hey, I like the set. I applaud Spyderco for going with the colors. Now, all of these are 2012 sprint runs. There haven't been any since then. Judging by the sales and what I have learned, they're not going to run these again. They said they did 2,000 and that was going to be it. So get whatever you can find if you want. Future sprint runs, hey, I bet they're going to be. My guess is probably a tan color and maybe a red. They could come out with a dark blue or a dark green, because they did kind of medium colors on these. So they could do future sprint runs with a different shade of G10. But I don't expect we're going to see these again. So if you're interested in some Spydercos that have a little bit of color and a nice knife, kind of reasonably priced, think about that. All right? Well, let me know what you think, and when I find my blue Tenacious, I'll let you know. This is Gibson Guy, Mr. Gibson Guy. I'll see you later.